the head and the tail of these. You clean them up. All right, let's see what we got now. Okay. All right, folks, I gotta help Danny align the shot here, so I'm looking at my phone and trying to figure out where I'm going to set for the night. I think
I got your right shoulder just above. I can't see your Cabela's logo right now.
Okay. So if I'm setting like this, though,
you're on the very edge of the screen.
Okay. You're going to have to slide in tight. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, yes.
All right, we got 3 people on. Hey, Krishner. I'm trying to teach Danny how to frame the camera here.
Get off my back. You got to scoot in.
I got to scoot in. You got to lose some weight.
Oh, okay. Calling Alabama, Alabama, are you?
That's right. Hey, we got a few issues tonight with some camera gear here. My kids decided to use all my data, so I cannot stream live tonight without losing a ton of money off my next bill. So
right, exactly.
So we're using Danny's camera, which has a little narrower field of view.
That's an Android as opposed to an iPhone.
Right, right.
So in January, maybe I should get an iPhone?
Yeah, if you want. It might not be bad. So we're going to share this here real quick and see what we can...
Krishner, how is Woods and Water, right?
I wonder if he's driving through any corn.
I'm sure. He probably visited some cornfields.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, has he harvested any corn lately?
Right. All right, hang on. We will be with you momentarily here, folks.
That's right.
Have a good weekend, Dan?
Oh, it's the start of college football.
That it is.
It started last week, Labor Day, but we were all gone, so I couldn't enjoy any of it. And finally this week, got to enjoy a Saturday night of watching some really good games.
There was some good games.
It was like remote control, flip, flip, flip.
I really enjoyed the Ohio State game.
Sad, but true.
Yeah, sorry for anybody out there that lost that game, but
it was beautiful.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And no, I'm not a Michigan fan.
No, you're just, well...
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Unfortunately, Notre Dame lost too.
Right.
Another sad event.
All right. Well, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to watch our lives or our people commenting here. So,
how much power you got in your phone there?
Krishner says Droid sucks.
Thank you. It's a work phone.
It's a corny phone. See if I got an open slot there you can plug that into if you don't mind. Maybe. No, don't unplug. Don't. No.
I'm not unplugging. I'm seeing if it fits.
Don't unplug.
No. Oh.
No? Yes, no?
Hold on. No.
Nah. Okay. All right. See how much we'll manage.
We'll manage. We always do.
We'll manage somehow here. So.
Remind me. Need a couple of these when I leave.
There was kind of a wildlife display, he says.
Nice.
Jason Radecki says first time he's been to Woods and Waters in 15 years. Way better and bigger back then. Just a shame at how small all these outdoor shows are getting. Yeah, that's the truth. Isn't that the truth, though?
We talked about that before, Jason, and really, I think it's coming down to amount of them.
It is.
I remember when... we haven't even started the show yet.
Right.
You get me off on a tangent already.
You want to save that for a show?
Let's set it for the show.
All right, well, let's get it going here. Let's kick it off. Stand by in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the Edinburgh Journal Podcast, everybody. I'm host Mike Adams, sitting in the cabin once again after 3 weeks with Dan DeFall. What's going on, Danny?
How are you doing, sir?
It's been a long week, man. It's been a rough week for me.
You're right. It's been... You called me on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I was in bed.
Really?
When
I called you, you were sleeping.
It was 9-something, 15 or something like that. I was in bed.
I was just coming home from work.
Right. You were coming home and man, it was just a long week. And it was Labor Day weekend, last weekend.
Was it?
But
shows how much track of time I've lost.
Oh.
Hey, before we get going tonight, a big shout out to everybody down in Texas and Florida that's getting just the hell pounded out of them right now. It was Texas here last week. We briefly mentioned it on one of the shows that we pre-recorded the week prior, I think. and then now, right now, as we speak, Florida's just getting.
If you haven't
pounded.
seen the news today,
Yeah.
you've been under a rock because it's all been about Irma
Right on.
coming in, and then they haven't been really talking much about the second one that's back there.
Right. Yeah, there's another one coming in.
There's another one. So yeah, definitely a shout out, especially to the people that got to stay, all the first responders that have to stay, that are mandatory, that they need to stay, and
Right.
they're going to help pick up the pieces when it all gets said and done. So big shout out to them.
It's I got a friend I work with. His brother works at a TV station down in Tampa, and he was told you will stay.
Oh, really?
You will not evacuate, and he's 12 on, 12 off for the next 8 days. So looks like it's kind of calming down there a little bit, but you know, there's a lot of guys and gals down there in harm's way, and for those of you who chose to ride it out, you know, for whatever reason, just hope you guys are safe. You know, if anybody's listening to the show happens to have their iPhone on and just trying to pass time, listen to the hurricane, or watching the live stream here, which they're probably not doing, but if they are, you know, give us a quick shout.
I can't imagine sustained 75, 100 mile an hour winds just hours on end.
I know what it's like when I'm sitting in a tree stand. It's just rocking back and forth, and you're just like, man, is this ever going to quit? You know?
Right, and that's only 10, 15, 20 miles an hour, maybe.
Right.
Because anything more than that, I get like, all right, I'm not going to be in the tree
Getting
anymore.
on the ground,
right?
Just go back inside.
Yeah, I'm watching these news guys stand out there, but yep, big shout out to all of them.
So, well, speaking of weekends and weeks and doing everything, you had a pretty busy weekend last weekend.
Yeah, got up north.
Did you make it back across the bridge before they shut it down?
Yes, I did. I tell you what, that was a smart plan because along US 2, when you're heading east or west, you get to a point where you get along Lake Michigan, and it becomes a sandy beach.
Right.
That whole entire time, they put up 2 porta potties like every 100 yards in anticipation of this bridge closing.
Right.
And that is several miles from the bridge.
Right.
So my thought was, I'm glad I'm getting under the bridge before Monday.
Right on.
But last Thursday, I took off out of here, loaded up, headed north. Did good time. Had great weather. Was excited. The logging project is complete. I have the official binded management plan.
Okay.
That was sent to me. So I wanted to bring that. And
You forgot it?
Well, because I brought some other stuff.
Yeah, you do. We got quite a few things here to talk about.
Right, exactly. So, but I got up there in the evening, got camp up and going, and it was actually a little cool.
Yeah.
I had to get a little fire going and get the cabin warmed up.
Right on.
Did that. So Friday morning, I had 3 food plots that I wanted to put in. That was my goal.
Okay.
So
I sent you up with some packages.
You did. And I started on the first food plot. And basically this one was still barren dirt. So I dragged it with the drag. And I ran over it with the cultipacker eventually.
Okay.
As I had Deb using the 4-wheeler with the drag, just going around in circles and taking care of it.
Okay.
And I was kind of walking and trying to get the big rocks out of it. Not going to get them all.
Right.
But I got a plan for that next year when I have the landscaping rake.
So where you were doing your food plot and clearing and everything, was there anything growing there at all?
No.
Just dirt?
No, it was bladed off, barren dirt where the bulldozer had run.
Okay.
And they used it for loading the dirt. Or loading the dirt.
Loading
the timber.
Okay.
So we did that. We got one planted. I used the home fertilizer spreader.
Okay.
That worked great. I'll improve next year.
Okay.
I'll upgrade next year.
Okay.
Trust me. So that one went in no problem at all. I went and took a look at a second one. That one was a toughie. The grass had already started to grow, and this one was more in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, So I tried to drag it. It's really, really bumpy, and there's still some pretty good sized boulders in there.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna just. So basically, I was putting down fertilizer and seed. So I said, all right, I'll fertilize and then I'll seed it, and whatever goes goes. That's my whole thing for this year. That's
See what happens.
My expectations. Got that one in. And then I had one more to do that was pretty much a square plot. Dragged it, fertilized it, and seeded it. Basically, those 3 plots took just about all day. I took a little lunch break, went back, did that one. Deb asked, do you want to stop? I said, no, I just want to get them done and in. And good thing we did, because Saturday morning we went for a walk, and then we came back and it started to rain. And it rained
Perfect timing.
Rained for a couple hours.
Okay.
So that was awesome. So I'm sitting there, and I still got leftover seed, leftover fertilizer, and I'm like, wow, what should I do with it? So there's in the back of the cabin where we have this trail, it forms a T. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna drag the heck out of it, and then I'll just put the fertilizer I have, the seed I have, and go from there.
Okay.
So Deb got on there and started. It was kind of grassy, but with the rain, it was really wet. So she dragged it and was just starting to pull up clumps of
soil
and the grass. And I was grabbing them and throwing them off to the side as she kept going back and forth. And it kind of got to like a soupy mud.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, this is good. So I threw the fertilizer down. That plot I used Climatize.
Okay.
I had Climatize that you sent me up with. I said, all right, I'm going to put Climatize on here. And I put it down, and then I had some other odds and ends seeds that I picked up at Tractor Supply or whatever I was doing. And I said, okay, it formed a T. So my main run of my T, which I worked on, has got the Climatize in it and is all good. And then off to the side, I put radishes and beets off to the side.
So you got a Frankenstein plot.
Exactly what I call it. It's the Frankenstein plot. It's got a little bit of all the seeds. It's got a little bit of all the fertilizers. So hopefully,
see what happens.
When I go back up there in just under a month, we'll see what started, maybe what didn't. But my outlook for this year is just to get the fertilizer down. If seeds grow, it's a bonus.
Okay, so food plots are in. Stands are set?
No, the stand is not set. I had a change of heart as to where the stand was going to go after I looked at my camera. I'm like, yeah.
So you had 2 cameras out.
I had 2 cameras out, and I looked at those pictures and definitely got bear. Got fox, got squirrels. Oh, got a skunk.
You see the big furry puppy dogs everybody likes to hug?
Yeah, no.
No wolves.
No wolves.
Okay.
And I think I was surprised I did it on the one camera. But in a way, I'm kind of glad.
Right.
But got a real nice size of a bear. I think you saw the one Deb posted.
Yeah, I say it looked like a hog.
Yeah.
Or a pig,
that's
something
a
like
nice,
that.
That's a nice looking bear.
Had a real big head on him.
Yep. And both cameras showed bear.
Mm-hmm.
Both cameras, one showed, I want to say it's either an 8 or a 10. It always came in from the right to left. I got him 3 times, I think. And the other camera's got is 6 or an 8. I'm not sure. I got one picture. He's walking away, and I can see, you can see that turning of the antlers. So I was like, Well, I was going to put my stand in X spot, but this is kind of changing my thought process. So when I go back up in October, I think I found a spot that I can hide it up in the corner of this new food plot.
Is this a tree stand or a box blind?
This is a tree stand. It's a double tree stand.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that one for probably my October hunting.
Okay.
I'll probably hunt on the ground come November.
Okay.
Just for warmth's sake.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it was a great weekend. We had some fun up there. It got cool. It actually had frost on Friday morning.
Okay.
On the grass. I almost slipped off the porch. Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, that's where you need a trail cam, so you can see that.
Right, exactly. But yeah, it was kind of cold. It was 28 degrees, I think, at the one morning. But got the fire going. Everything's good.
Everything's good at camp.
Everything's good at camp. Ready to go. My cousin, he's heading up this Thursday because his bear hunting starts.
Okay.
So
hunting there at camp?
No, he's not. He's going to be hunting northwest. He thinks. He was getting a guide to bait for him, and then he was going to provide the bait, and then he's going to have these spots set up for him.
Is he hunting? Is it public land or private land he's hunting?
I do believe it's public, federal land.
Okay, so he's got some guys taking care of getting his bait set.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then, well, I told him, I said, well, look, if that doesn't pan out for you, there's a decent sized bear on the property that's running it.
Right.
Also found out, talking to our neighbors, they asked us if we saw the three-legged bear. That's what?
You mean 3 little bears?
No, three-legged bear.
Or 3 little pigs?
Three, yeah.
3-legged bear.
It was a three-legged bear. We're like, what? So they explained in the springtime, they had this bear come out, and its hind leg was just kind of dragging, and it was not good. And he was really weak. He'd walk a couple steps and just lay right down.
Huh.
But somehow, the leg is gone, because they said it's a three-legged bear, and it's gotten stronger as the year went on.
Okay.
They actually saw it down the road swatting at bugs or something in the field. So
okay,
he said if you see it walking, you'll notice it.
So it's a rear leg that's bad on it?
It's a rear leg that's bad on it.
So if he's swatting at stuff, that means he's using his front paws. He's got that balance down.
Right. He's either got the balance or he was, right.
Something.
So I didn't have him on trail camera. We got small bears on camera, the one big bear. But I got the cameras back out. So excited to see what the bucks are looking okay. You know, got some spikes. For our area, it looks good. And what even looks better is the fawn crop.
Right.
Got some decent fawns out there. They were in camp, matter of fact, when we were in camp. So that kind of tells me that the predators haven't gotten to them.
Yeah, that's the problem we're having. And I'll talk more about it on my part, what I saw when I was up at our camp. But that's good. You're seeing fawns. You got some fawn recruitment.
Exactly. I was happy to see that. I was happy to see it on camera. Happy the fawns have made it into August when I pulled the cameras. So the recruitment is good, and that means hopefully we have a mild winter, and so the deer numbers in general hopefully come back.
Okay, good deal.
So yeah, we and then we hightailed it out of there south. It was like, we're getting out of there.
Made your way home.
Oh, did we ever? I tell you what, I don't know how it went, but I could not imagine being on that other side of the bridge waiting.
I heard horror stories, so we'll just leave it at that.
Right, exactly. So, but no, that was our week up north, weekend up north, and had a good time to get everything situated, put out. I did put 2 feeders out. I bought the Outpost feeders in January, I think, at one of the shows.
Yeah.
And so I put those out. They're going to last 3 weeks, unless something attacks them.
Unless tripod comes in, huh? Is that what you're naming them?
Yeah, we see him. So here's what problem I had. Right now, those feeders, you're supposed to throw them up over a branch, pull them up, let them hang. Right. What do you do if you got straight trees and no lower limbs? That's the problem I had. I'm like, I'm looking around going,
cut all your trees, all your mature trees.
Okay, this isn't good. So, what I did is I kind of fudged it a little bit. I took a strap, I climbed up on top of my UTV in the bed, reached up as high as I could, wrapped the strap around the tree with the hook, and then just mounted it there on the back side of the tree.
Gotcha.
So,
hope for the best.
Hope for the best. If I go up there and they're missing,
bear's got them and use them as a chew toy.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't come after me with them swinging them at me.
Right.
But I got those out there. I also started 2 mineral licks. Great time looking for some new stumps that are out there. I picked a stump that was just off 2 of the food plots, and I put down some minerals on top of the stump, and we'll see how it goes. The next day we did that. Went out there and I had turkeys in the food plot.
Okay.
They were up on the grassy one, up in the woods. We come roaring up the trail, and all of a sudden these turkeys go flying. They're running.
Right.
I'm like, oh, turkeys are here.
Well, when's the next time you're going to be up at camp?
I will be heading back up the second week of October for a week of bow hunting.
So roughly 5 weeks.
Right.
So you should see some growth on your food plots.
Absolutely.
If they're going to grow.
That's what I'm hoping. See some kind of growth.
Okay.
You know, that's like I said, I put down winter rye and some red clover.
Okay.
And then the other plots I got the climatize in. And but I just want to get something established. Most importantly, I'm trying to get that fertilizer into the ground to start doing what it needs to do. Next year when I go up in to open the cabin in May, I'll probably pull some soil samples. That'll set me up for what I need to do in July of next year.
Right on. Okay.
So, but yeah, no. Otherwise, it's looking good up there. Fall colors. I tell you, looking here.
Trees are starting to turn.
Ferns are dying.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. I tell you what. When we step outside, we take our first break and come back. We'll run down kind of what I ran into last weekend and continue on with the show. So we'll be right back after this. For those of you on the live stream, hang out with us here for
hang out with us. Send us a note on Mike's phone. Talk to us. You know.
Dave Hamady, Ian Kelly are on the live stream. Jason Radecki and Andy Eberhardt, Chris Schnurr. Thank you guys all for chiming in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stopping in tonight.
Got some products here that we're showcasing.
All right.
Talk about this later in the show.
You ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Second segment of the show. Back in the cabin. Have you noticed a little chill in the air here lately?
Yes, I did. Matter of fact, I was contemplating that this week as I was at work. I parked and I had to walk across the campus kind of thing.
A little brisk?
It was a little brisk.
Yeah.
I felt good.
I got up and left up north. I went up north last weekend. I left Saturday morning bright and early. Actually, right before sunrise. And
okay.
I got up north. I was heading. I turned across the Asabo. I'd take a back way in now to camp, and it was 34 degrees. The fog was hitting. The closer I got to the Asabo River, the fog got really, really dense. So when I got to the bridge there, I pulled off, took some photos of the Jeep down by the water.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. I mean, it was awesome.
It was probably still too, wasn't it?
Still, yeah. It was dead still, dead calm. You could hear the river just crackling, rolling along. And yeah, man, it's good for the soul. So
it is. That's there. Nothing more beats like a crisp morning where it's calm.
Mm-hmm. You get to camp and you want to have a cup of coffee and just sit and stare.
Yeah, you do.
But that Saturday we had our meeting, our co-op meeting up at the offices there at Alban Education Wildlife Research Center.
Yes, and Anna Midderling
and Ron Siegel. Yeah, we had our co-op meeting there. Had a nice little gathering with some people, and the one thing that I actually learned some things coming out of this again, and that's what I like about these habitat workshops or co-op workshops and everything. And just kind of briefly run down the two things that I got out of this meeting from Anna and a guy from QDMA, the Northeastern chapter of Michigan, was there. He gave a little talk, and it had to do with like fawn recruitment and buck to doe ratios and things of that nature. And I've done a lot of reading back and forth on this stuff, but the one thing I never knew was they were talking about buck to doe ratio numbers. What does it take to maintain a healthy, just to maintain your current population on your property? And let's just, for the sake of numbers, let's use the number 100 like we always do. Let's say you've got 100 does on your property.
Okay.
And if you've got 100 does on your property, just to maintain that 100 doe level, you have to shoot 33% of your does. 33 does.
To maintain 100.
To maintain 100.
A third of your doe crop needs to be taken every year to maintain 100.
Just to maintain.
If you shoot less, the following year you'll have
more deer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah. And the thing that we're seeing right now on our property, our camp manager he walks every morning. Actually, he's getting ready for an elk hunt. So he gets out and does his morning walk. And he starts at one end of the property and walks to the other, and cruises by the food plots. And he's seeing every day just about 150 deer on a regular basis. And I tell him, like, man, last year we shot 23 or 24 does on the
right,
property.
exactly.
and I don't. I could safely say we probably don't have $50 on the property. I just don't see those numbers. So with that being said, if we don't shoot 33, minimum
33. If you're telling me the numbers, a minimum 33 just to maintain what you have this year.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I was like shocked. I was like, really? I said, you have to shoot that many does? He's like, yes. The equations and the numbers and the research shows that a third of your doe every does need to be harvested every year just to maintain that balance of what you currently have. So, moving forward from there, you've got to take those proper counts and figure out, what you've got. And right now, I mean, when we look at our property, the browse line is so high. Our understory is just, there is no understory.
It's getting chewed away.
And we've seen that with my food plot. We planted that food plot third week of May, and by the 1st of July, the food's gone.
They literally ate it all.
I've got a growth cage. I had a camera on that. I've got trail cam pictures of deer in the field, and you can see the growth, and then all of a sudden you can see it dwindling, and then you can see the regrowth of the weeds because there's nothing there.
Right, exactly. So, it almost sounds like at this point, you almost need to plant in May and almost replant in July.
Well, we're planting right now. Actually. We're a couple weeks late. We've had a lot of rain up there. Farmer was supposed to be in the field here this week, and I just checked tonight. He came down to the camp tonight to look at it, and it was still too wet to plant, so he's going to try to hit it this week.
Really?
Yeah, they've got a ton of rain up there.
Yeah, that's one thing northern Michigan has not had a problem with has been rain.
Is rain, exactly. So yeah, I've got Carnage brassicas getting ready to go in the field. The Border Patrol is about 6 foot high. I learned some things with that about how I planted it and what I need to do next year to make it seamless. I've got gaps in it the way we broadcast planted it. So next year, we may run with a small planter on that, or we're going to have to plant it a lot heavier than what we did. And like I said, this year was trial. But
absolutely,
man, there's places it's at least 6 foot tall. A lot of guys are getting 8, 10 foot. They're talking about 8 and 10 foot tall Border Patrol. You got to remember what we're dealing with up there. As far as our soil conditions.
Very loamy.
Yes. So with that, we'll try some different things next year and try to get that better. But I'm still happy with what I got. And what I've noticed is the deer are running the outside of that Border Patrol towards my swamp where you set in the tree stand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're coming down that field.
Yeah, they're running on that back side.
Okay, yeah.
They're using it they'll run it and then they'll come into the field. So they're using it kind of as a guard.
Right.
To get into that field and cover. So, set up a nice ambush point on a tree stand to get into that field.
Nice.
But getting back to the co-op meeting, not to put myself too far ahead of myself here. So that was one thing we learned. Third of the does. So that really opened my eyes to some things. And it also goes hand in hand with what we're seeing on the property now. Some of the conditions we're seeing. So we know we got to get in there and hammer a little more. Something I had heard in the past, and I put thought into it and kind of rolled around in my head a little bit, talked with our camp manager and at one point, and we were really unsure, but it got restated this time at this meeting was about taking does early in the season. A lot of guys like to take, their does later in the season. It's like if you shoot all your does now, then you have no does there for the bucks to come in and service. They're used as a natural decoy.
I see what they're saying. Yeah.
But when you have an overpopulation problem, the theory behind it is, okay, so you've got all these does on your property. You're going to feed them for another 2 months to 3 months to get them to where they get serviced, and then you want to whack them. So why are you letting? And the thing is, they eat about 5 to 6 pounds of food per day.
So why not take them early?
And let that food be there for your fawn recruitment, your better doe production, and also your buck production.
Right.
And the other thing we're seeing up there is the size of the antlers. We just don't have the nutrition on the ground to build big antlers. So if you're letting animals sit and eat on your food plots that you're going to kill anyway, why not take some out during bow season.
Right. Use your
try to get some of that pressure.
Try
off.
to start using your allotment that you think you're going to have for the
Yeah.
year right away.
Yeah.
You're not hurting anything.
Right. So we're looking at maybe a third and a third and a third
Yep.
of what we're going to shoot this year. That's kind of our mindset right now, and we got to talk it over and try really kind of come down to some brass tacks of what we're going to do and what we're seeing on trail cam. So, yeah, it was eye opening. Those two things in particular, and really looking at it. So, it kind of opened my eyes.
And that's awesome information you get for having one of those meetings.
It was, and Anna Mitterling from MUCC DNR, she's that co-op liaison. The amount of information that she give us, it's awesome. It gives you ideas on how to set up a co-op, different things to look for in your property, put properties together, and how to hunt different pieces of land. Then the guy from our local chapter there, QDMA, came in, and he was the one who was talking about the 33%. Taking does,
yeah.
So we got some numbers that way, and he got into talking about the proper buck to doe ratio, how it manifests itself on the back end if it's out of whack, what happens to the deer herd, how a population can crash. And Anna was talking about this, the population will spike. You'll see a quick uptick right before a crash. And she says northeastern Michigan right now we're seeing an uptick in population. And if we don't do something up there soon, I'm not talking about just on our property, I'm talking about the whole area.
You're talking the whole area.
We're going to see a crash. And, we've got a problem right now in northeastern Michigan with spruce budworm, which is wiping out, habitat as far as places for cover. And then we've got oak wilt that's going wild right now in the northeastern Michigan, which is wiping out our acorn crops, mass crops.
The food.
Yeah, so when you combine them two together, and then you've got an overpopulation, and there's not many food plots. I'm afraid, next 5 to 10 years, we might see something here. If it doesn't get taken care of pretty quick, we might see a big die-off.
I guess the important thing to hear out of that whole thing is it's just not your local area. It's overall the entire general.
Yeah, it's widespread. And I think a lot of that goes back to, with the fact of talking about, we're having this dynamic now between older generation of hunters and newer generation of hunters, and where those theories and the science lies, where the younger people are grabbing a hold of that and using technology to get some of that information,
right,
versus some of the older mindsets of not shooting does. It's just not good for the deer herd.
Exactly. It's not good for the deer herd. It's not good for it's going to be bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it has the potential to really cause some damage up there. So.
Exactly, and you videotape this all.
Yes. Actually, we've got a link on our page, on our Up North Journal page. Hey, Chad Habermill, I don't mean to jump in here.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, Chad, I just sent you a voicemail before the show, so make sure you check that.
But don't call Mike.
That's right, don't call me right now. We're on a live stream. So for those of you on the podcast, you got to go to the live stream and see what we're talking about.
Right. But yes, you videotape these segments.
Yes, so you can see them on either the All-Band Wildlife and Education and Research Center's page, or you can go over to Up North Journal page, and you can see it there as well.
We've shared it over there, and they're having a giveaway.
Yeah, they're having a rifle giveaway, so make sure you sign up for that if you're here in the Michigan area, especially if you're up in that northeastern Michigan area.
Right. Go take a look. Go take a look and look at how you get entered in a chance to win a gun.
Yeah, and see some of the projects that we're trying to work on, and some of the innovative technologies that we're trying to utilize. There's some opportunities there for some private landowners, maybe to help wildlife out. We're starting to slowly work towards that goal.
Yep.
Of becoming this information center, so to speak, and getting information out to people.
That's awesome. I mean, it's just number one goal: healthy herd. And how we're going to get there, right? And to tell you the truth, the shocking, you telling me have to shoot a third of 100 just to maintain 100. That's amazing.
Yeah, third of your doe population just to maintain your population.
And so it's see, and I can't shoot it, so I'm hoping my doe population is just. Did they say if you don't, how many you would have the following year? He
run down some numbers, and I think they're on that video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
The one thing that stuck in my mind was the fact of, we're trying to decrease the numbers, not increase them, so.
I just wonder, okay, so if I have 10 does, but I haven't been able to shoot any of them,
Yeah.
how many more typically should I have the next year?
Yeah. Well, it depends on your fawn recruitment and what you've got for predation and things of that nature.
Right.
You know? And that's something else that we're seeing on our property is predation of our fawns. I was encouraged. I seen more fawns this time I was up than I have all year.
Good.
Combined. I've seen 4 or 5 different fawns on trail camera and in person. So
That's awesome. That's a good sign. It means they're escaping those little guys.
yeah. So but we have found a lot of dead fawns that were predated on the property by coyote, bobcat, or bear, what have you. So,
Exactly.
but yeah. Other than that, it was a great weekend. I got trail cams cards taken care of. Got cameras put out. Got them moved. I moved some tree stands from last year. They were out in the field. They weren't up, but they were out in the field. So I got those and moved a couple locations.
Okay.
One location I was talking about the Border Patrol,
You're right.
and I'm right in between Border Patrol and the swamp. And I've got it in a tree that you cannot see. I'm just sitting on top. It looks like I'm sitting on top of a white pine tree, about 16 foot in the air, and all you can see basically is my chest up if I'm sitting in the tree stand.
That's awesome.
So, and I got 20-yard shooting lanes in 4 different directions. You know, and it's I think it's going to be deadly this year.
Sounds like you're ready to whack some does.
I'm ready to shoot some bucks and does.
There you
know.
go. I'm hoping you start seeing some bucks on camera that.
I've seen a few. Nothing that I would like says, "Hey, shoot me."
Right. Nothing that's jumping.
We got
out
a
at
lot
you.
of small bucks on camera. There's one that's, I don't know. I need a better look. I need to get eyes on him to really be able to tell if he's I don't think he's 3.5-year-old buck.
Okay.
I really don't. I think he's more in that 2.5-year-old range, and we'll go from there and see what happens.
Exactly. That's all we can do when we get there. And like I said, I got this. I think it's an 8 or a 10 on camera, and it's like I like to see it in person.
Right.
So
Right. I gotcha. So, but no, everything's going good. Like I said, we've got stands
excellent.
up, got cameras up. I got a couple more places I want to put some stuff. I need another tree stand. I need a couple more cameras. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But I'm getting ready. It's getting here quick.
Well,
So.
it is the
10th of
goose season has started. In 5 days, we got
Yep.
small game.
Yep, 5 more days. Small game season starts. Bear season starts
Bear season starts, I think, Saturday.
Next Friday or Saturday, one or the other. Yeah, here in Michigan.
Okay.
So
Yeah, my cousin will be up there. So
yeah, we got a guy at our camp that's hunting this year. So, and speaking of that, we got some product here that we're going to talk about in just a minute. We're going to go to break. We come back. We're going to talk about. We've got some bottles sitting here in front of us.
Yes, we do.
So, and that's something that you brought into the cabin tonight that we want to talk about.
Right.
Well, let's do it then. Let's go to our next break here. We're going to step outside. We'll be right back. We come back. We're going to talk about what we got sitting here on the table. For those of you on the podcast, you're going to have to tune into the live stream and go back and check it out.
Right here, we'll start with this one.
We're going to start with that one. What is that one? You're not going to say right
No,
are
I'm
you?
not going to say it. I should just open it up.
You're going to open it up? You're going to taste it or smell it? Or what are we doing?
Just smell it.
Smell it, okay.
Got your knife on you?
Do I have a knife on me? Are you kidding me? Seriously? Is that a question you have to ask? I tell people that every time they ask me, do I have a knife on me? Well, of course I got a knife on me. 1 second here. Let me get this rocking. Here we go. Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. As I struggle to dig in my
Third
pocket
segment of the show, and
for
we're
a
getting
knife here.
into some product that you're going to have to turn into the live stream to actually see it, but we're going to talk about it on the air.
Danny asked me if I had a knife to carve into this thing with in my pocket. Are you kidding me, really?
Right.
There you go.
Am I going to hurt myself?
Well, that depends on how you open a package.
Right.
Don't cut towards me.
Well, you're way over there. If it gets that far.
He's trying to slice me here on the show.
Right. Ooh,
Oh,
I can smell it.
Chad
already.
Habermill said Sunday the 17th is the opener of Bear here in Michigan.
So it's Sunday. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
I knew.
Talking about bear season, and that's what we got something here we want to talk about.
Right.
This is from Nick Percy.
Okay, so
Food Plots,
so
right?
yesterday was Saturday, and I went to the Woods and Water show in Imlay City.
Mhm.
And lo and behold, who do I run into? But Nick Percy,
Right.
Killer Food Plots.
Right on.
And we got to talking.
Hey, Jim Beasley just joined the show.
Jim Beasley.
Oh man, you just got me in the eye.
See?
Smells fruity.
Smells like blueberry.
Right.
And what better way as to use an attractant as blueberry would be for bears?
Absolutely. That's what that's made for, right?
This is exactly what this is made by. It's Killer Food Plots Suffuse Attractant. It's blueberry flavored, and I just sprayed Mike with it, and he now smells like a blueberry.
I do smell like blueberries.
See? And basically, I talked to Nick on how he used this product. He used this product when he was up in Saskatchewan bear hunting.
Okay.
He did not get a bear.
Okay.
He hit a bear, but didn't get the bear.
Okay. Any results that he's seen from this?
Yeah. Okay. So exactly what he told me. He started up high, and worked his way down, and then he sprayed it on a tree.
Okay.
And as he was sitting there, he had a bear come in, and the bear started raking the tree, sniffing it, trying to get to it.
He thought the blueberries were inside the tree.
Yep.
I gotcha.
So this thing is it smells awesome, and but he has a whole line of this stuff out that as you can see on the
7 different bottles there we got.
7. There's actually 8. I think.
Where's the other one?
I don't have it, but I think there's 8 different things he's got.
Okay, so we got 7 with us.
So, yeah. This one is specifically for bear. It's a blueberry extract type thing. You get them to react, you attract them, and then you get them to distract too. They're too busy sniffing this stuff, where they can get into position. You can shoot them.
Okay. So is he putting this near his stand? Is he putting it on the bait? Is he putting it near the bait?
He's putting it near a stand. Anywhere he kind of leads them in.
He's leading them in with this.
Right. You know,
kind of leaving them a little trail.
Sprays it up on high and brings it down almost to where he said he put it on the tree.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. So that's blueberry. Definitely a winner for bear.
Okay. Did he say what the price on this was?
He didn't tell me the price on it. But if you go to killerfoodplots.com,
check it out.
Check it out.
Directions apply liberally to feed, bait stations, wicks, foliage, tree bark, and dripper bottles.
Anything you can spray it on or pour it into, you can do that.
Yeah. Do not apply directly to skin or clothing or hunting gear because you might get eat.
We've all. If you haven't seen that video of the guy that actually did that with bucklure,
yeah, right.
That's your comedic appreciation.
Stimulating a bear's keen sense of smell.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So there you go. Bear hunters, get out there. 10-ounce bottle. Killer Food Plots, the suffused blueberry for bear.
All right. So we got some.
Oh, we got some more.
Okay.
Well, let's take a. Give me this one and give me this one. This is one of them. And where's it at? Oh, here it is. Okay.
Okay.
So for deer hunting, he's got in Suffuse again, Red Hot 24 Suffuse Attractant. This is hot doe bedding.
Doe bedding?
Doe bedded.
Okay, so
that's your hot doe pee.
Hold still, I'm going to spray
No, I am not opening that.
See what this tastes like.
Yeah, no. I am not opening that one. And then he's got one that's, that one is your red hot doe.
Okay.
And then he's got one that's fresh bedding.
Okay.
Kind of more of a
calming effect?
Calming, bedded down deer. It's got different, the ones in there. It doesn't alert the deer.
So is this like a pheromone-based type
Yes,
thing?
these two are.
Okay.
And that's why you don't put this on your body.
Right.
And again, you can start, you can spray it as you walk into your stand and get more of a cloud around your area, your hunting stand when you get there. But he's got these two for deer season.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the Red Hot 24, and you've got the bedding one, the fresh bedded.
All right, what else we got here?
So now, we've got the bears covered. We've got the deer scents.
Black dirt.
Black dirt.
Smells like dirt?
Smells like dirt, and it smells like dirt.
Okay. So this is
that's
the
cover scent.
Cover scent. Okay.
Yes. And then the other three I got today. White oak acorn.
Okay. Corn's up there.
That's corn, and this is red apple.
Okay.
Again, if you can bait, you can spray this right on the bait, or like I know in my area they love apples.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm walking in and I want to spray along a little scent of apples,
okay,
be a good thing for there. Corn is another good one that they seem to like. Deer can't refuse acorn.
Right, absolutely.
That's like their crack.
Right.
So, but here again, attractants, 10-ounce bottles. You literally get out there and you spray it in your area. You can spray a trail. It even says, like you read, you put it in dripper bottles.
Right.
There's more applications than just the spray thing.
Gotcha.
So you get out there and you use it.
So imagine that's got a screw top where you can pour it into a bottle for a dripper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but definitely, Killer Food Blocks and Nick Percy's over there been working on these and finally got these down. He got it down to where the spray bottle is a nice fine stream. It's not
it's like an atomizer instead of a stream of liquid.
Correct. It gives you that nice atomizer, the flowing, calming effect as you spray it in the woods.
You calmed me down just saying that the way you did.
See, exactly. And that's, and if I wanted to calm you down, I could spray you with red apple.
Yeah.
And if you look at this, I was looking at these, it's all clear.
All of them are clear. You can see through the bottom?
Right, yeah. It's
Okay.
kind of cool. But, so we're going to try these this year. We got these for the fall. I'm sure we'll be having some feedback from us on how they're doing, what they're doing. I think I got a little test I want to do with that in my backyard,
Okay.
Well,
the blueberry one here for bear, I'm not bear hunting this year. You and I are talking about a bear hunt next year, but, we want to get this in the field right now. And actually, one of the guys I hunt with, who is on the live stream, he just kind of checked it out and everything, said he'd like to try it out. So we're going to get it into his hands and, get a report back on his success.
Absolutely. Get us some pictures back and tell us how it went.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
We'll see it sitting on top of a head of a bear.
Absolutely, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
Once again, don't forget, people, it's getting close to, so get your orders in if you're going to want to order it.
Before they're sold out.
Right. So, but I just want to bring those to our attention. We got them in the house. We'll be trying them out.
How was Woods and Water, by the way?
Woods and Water was busy.
Busy? Okay.
I waited a half hour to get into the place.
Okay.
At least. Which was nice.
Well, as Jason Radecki was saying, it's the first time he's been in 15 years, and he said to him it seems smaller. And honestly, I haven't been there probably in that long as well. It's been a long time since I've been.
Jason, the weather was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of people there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he was there yesterday.
He didn't say.
But the amount of things there, I think, was actually more than previous years that I remember.
Okay.
And I stopped in. I saw Mark Hammer. Like I said, we saw Nick Percy there.
Mm-hmm.
Saw Jack there from the Tree Stands.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Beasley was
Okay.
there. And Paul Penix was there.
Okay.
So made my rounds with them guys, talked with them. It was packed. And Jason's kind of hit on something I think we've talked about before.
Jason said he was there this morning.
Oh, this morning?
Yeah, he just chimed in.
Okay. All right. I think Chris Schnur was there today, too. So I think what's happening, and I think this is why Woods and Water is actually one of the better ones,
Mm-hmm.
because we haven't had a show for so long.
True.
And all of a sudden, this is the last show before seasons.
Okay.
And you could tell that with some people and what they were buying or what they were looking for.
Okay.
And but in January, February, and March,
Mm-hmm.
that's all that's out there is shows.
That's right.
Show. So it's kind of like, I think, and I'm trying to remember back, did you ever go to the Outdoor Rama when it was at the State Fair?
No, I've never been to it when I was at the State Fair. Every time I went, it was in Novi.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So this is taking us way back
Mm-hmm.
to when the State Fairgrounds was the State Fairgrounds, and I went to the Outdoor Rama. And that used to take up 2 full, one was a hockey rink,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one was the barn style.
Right.
But that used to go for 2 weeks long.
Okay.
That used to be...
It was a festival.
It was a festival. And that's down to just, I think, 4 days now or something.
Yeah.
And so now you're seeing it. And then that one is at the end of February,
Mm-hmm.
which is just after Lansing show, which is just after...
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's kind of overwhelming. It's like,
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
the West Side show, the Lansing show, the MUCC show. Pick a show.
Well, Chris says that, it was busier later in the day, and that he had heard yesterday was busier today.
Yesterday was crazy. It was. I'll give them that.
So Jason Radecki was there today in the morning, and then you were there yesterday. So Chris is saying it was busier yesterday than today.
Okay, I was there yesterday from noon until 5:30.
Okay.
And busy. It was good to see the people out. Good to see people spending money. Good to see they had the jumping dogs there. Kind of cool. They had this is funny. They had a bucket of water, and everybody kept looking in this bucket as they walked by. What's that?
Like, what's in the bucket?
Right. I was like, oh, what's going on? They had one of those the decoy that's feeding with their butt up.
Okay. For a waterfowl?
Yes.
Okay.
And it would splash.
Okay.
So then it's funny. It's just if you put a bucket out for some people to look in,
they'll look in it. Right. Gotcha.
Right. So but yeah, I think the Woods and Water Show this year. Last year it rained, I think. But I didn't go last year. I went 2 years ago. But this year it was really good. Okay. I liked it.
Well, people spending money. Did you spend any money? Did you bring anything home new?
I didn't spend anything. I didn't spend anything for myself.
Okay.
My daughter got a new puppy.
Okay.
We went to the puppy tent, which I am blaming on a fellow coworker. Because when I was walking in, this guy's waving to me through the fence, and he's holding this puppy, and I'm looking at this guy, and the guy's name's Greg. Mm-hmm. So we get through the fence, pay our money, and said, Greg? Hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. What's that? Oh, that's a new lab puppy. I'm like, oh, where'd you get that? Oh, the puppy tent. I said, oh, thanks. So first thing he does, we walk up to each other.
Pet the dog.
Not even say hi. He takes the puppy and hands it to my daughter. Here, hold this.
Right.
I'm like, oh, boy.
Thanks.
Yeah. But Saturday was my Jack Russell Terrier's 18th birthday.
Okay.
And so we made our way around, and we ended up in the puppy tent.
So you celebrated his birthday by buying a replacement. Oh, happy birthday, dog. You're going bye-bye, and here's the one that's going to replace you.
So we ended up getting...
Oh, my.
We ended up getting... she got a Mountain Feist.
Mountain Feist, okay.
Which is just like a rat terrier, Jack Russell size, 25 to 35 pound dog. It's going to be a ball full of fun, and I'm thinking...
What does your 18-year-old dog think about this?
He can't see it, hear it, or smell it.
So it doesn't
he can
matter.
smell it.
Yeah.
Can't hear it or see it. So
okay.
He doesn't care.
All right.
Now, my other two dogs, they're kind of... But it's kind of funny watching them, because he's a little puppy and wants to play, and they don't know what to do yet.
Jason says that's thinking ahead. There you go.
See?
Yeah, replacing the dog.
But, no,
Okay.
a Mountain Feist.
Okay. Gonna make a hunting dog out of it, or a shed dog?
Whatever she wants to do. It's her puppy.
Okay.
It's not my dog. It's her dog.
That's what you say now.
No. No. That is not my dog.
That's what you say now.
So,
okay.
anyways, it's a cute little gray and white thing that looks like a possum right now.
Okay, folks, tune in about 3 months, and let's see if it's still her dog.
It will still be her dog. I will get her on the show, and she will talk about that dog if we have to.
Okay, all right.
So, but anyways, I tell you what, it is so funny when you have the puppy tent there, and they've got, in a cage, live birds.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell the pointers.
Okay.
And there was this one. He or she looked like a little bit older dog. Had the gray face. But man, she was locked up on that cage. Had her nose probably about 2 feet away and would not move. It just locked, and these birds in there in this cage. I'm like, boy, if they only let those things out.
Right. That's good.
But they had some lab pups. They had some Snow White lab pups.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
I don't know that I've ever seen any Snow White ones.
Yeah, it was cool. And then they had all the labs. They had German short hairs. They had Brittany's. They had it was cool. It was the best tent there, of course.
Right.
It was busy, and then we went to the other tent, and it was even busier.
Well, Jason says it's going to be your dog when she goes to college.
Nope. She's staying home for college, so.
He talks a good game right now. We'll see what happens.
Oh no. But anyways, yep, got a new puppy. So he is planted in her room.
All right.
That's where the crate's at. That's where everything's at. It's her dog. She was up at 5 o'clock this morning taking them out. So.
All right. That'll last for a week.
No, it won't.
All right. I tell you what, we're up against our last break here. We're going to take our last break. We come back. We're going to talk about my day yesterday down at Cabela's. So we'll be right back after this. Yeah, that dog's going to be your dog. You just wait.
Nope.
He talks a good game now,
I
folks. You know, he does. But we all know how that works out. We will see. All righty.
Last segment on the live stream, folks.
That's right. Get ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Last segment of the show. Feels good to be back in the cabin.
Oh, you know what? It does. We do the outside thing. That was pretty cool. I did really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I got to shoot this week. That's definitely a thing. Get back on the...
I got to shoot. Actually, I'm taking my bow and having something looked at on it.
Right, yep,
So-
exactly. So,
then I'm going to start shooting again after that. I got a little noise in it.
You do.
We think we figured it out, but we'll get it checked out first.
Right.
So
Well, I was at Woods and Water. You were at Cabela's.
I was at Cabela's. I was working for Vortex this weekend. We talked about this, I believe, on the last show, or the one before that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because we pre-recorded last week's show because of Labor Day. But yeah, I went back down to Dundee and trained my replacement for Vortex at the Dundee store. They're shipping me to Chesterfield.
Was the store busy?
No, it was dead. It might have been the worst Saturday I've seen there, maybe ever.
I thought about that now you mention it.
It was dead.
It was a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was. It's picture perfect.
It was a little cool if it was cloudy and windy, but
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that, and Woods and Water was packed, but yours was dead.
Yeah.
But then again, you had the Michigan game down that way.
Yeah. I had to deal with some of those people going to the store. And actually a little bit coming home. Wasn't too bad. It was when I called you on the phone and the traffic was backed up. Actually, it was I think an accident.
Oh.
At 14 split. So, but yeah, I got by that. And it was clear sail until some ding dong decided to pull out in front of me in a construction zone that was dead stopped, and I had to slam on my brakes and put the Jeep sideways in the road.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That always makes for a good ride home.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't have a Barrett 50 cal mounted at the front of my Jeep.
You'd have blown him up.
It would have been nothing left of that guy, man.
That's right. So, so tell me the goods of it, Cabela's yesterday.
Not a lot of good to talk about, man. It was dead. It just wasn't a lot of people in the store. There wasn't.
See, and at Cabela's now. See, this is the weird thing is they're not
except at the gun counter. Gun counter was busy.
Was it?
Yeah, as always.
But Cabela's isn't having their Deer Nation to the last weekend, and
I know.
And for a lot of people, we're going to be down there on the 30th.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that hunt the 1st,
yeah,
they're going to be getting out of there.
Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is.
It is, and just one of the things we've talked about.
Yeah.
That, we've seen, but shocking that it wasn't busier. But in a way,
Chris said he was slammed in Chesterfield store, so that's good. I'm looking forward to being there next weekend. Actually,
right, exactly, and Chris, there's a reason why you're slammed in Chesterfield.
Yeah, right. Yeah, especially in the archery department.
Right.
So, but I'll be over there Saturday, this coming Saturday at Chesterfield for Vortex. So if you guys are looking at some optics, anything that questions, whatever, let me know. Stop by the store, come into the optics counter.
Come on down and say hi to Mike.
Yeah, come on over.
He'll be the guy in the black shirt with the Vortex on the shoulder.
Yep. So, just looking at their product, they got the new Fury out. That's the one thing that's new this year. Look for this in your store real soon. Vortex is trying to, actually not trying, they did. Their rangefinder, they made an 850 series. They started with the 1000.
Right.
They went to the 1500, and they were priced accordingly to those different yardages and comparable rangefinders.
Right.
Well, as we see a lot coming into the store, there's guys that all they do is bow hunt, and they don't need a rangefinder that hits 1,000.
No, they don't.
You'll get it into that 600, 800 range, 750, and truthfully, when we're talking about those distances, you can cut those in half when we're talking about deer.
Yep.
Or big game animals. Those distances, they need a huge reflective surface. So, If it says 1,000, you can cut it down to about 500 yards.
Right. We've talked about that
Yeah.
before. At 1,000, it needs to be a 3-story building, kind of
Yep.
reflective surface.
Yep. So cut those numbers in half. So what they've come out with is the 850 series, and it's going to be under the $200 price tag. And for the quality of what they produce at that price is going to be phenomenal.
With their guarantee?
And the guarantee is the same. The warranty is the same. 100%
Can't
lifetime
beat that.
unconditional warranty. And that is on the electronics as well. So that puts them back in there with all the other series that come into that $150 to $200
Right.
price range.
That entry level.
Yep.
You know, and you're truthfully, really, the bow hunter's not looking anything less than 100 yards.
Right. So, anything more than that, if you're exclusively a bow hunter, then
Got one right in the price range for you.
Yep. So I think that's going to be a game changer for Vortex in that price range. And like I said, they come out with that the Fury rangefinding binoculars. Those come in at $1199.99, $1,200. So it's binoculars and
A rangefinder.
rangefinder, and those come with the high density glass that puts you in the range between the Vipers and the Razors.
Oh, okay.
So you're getting high quality glass. You're getting a rangefinder that reaches out there. I can't remember the exact distance that it ranges at, but I want to say it's 1,100 yards.
Okay.
So once again, cut that in half for big game, roughly. So
And so these are out in stores now?
yes. Oh,
Okay.
the regular rangefinder, the 850 series, is not in the Cabela's yet that I was at yesterday.
Okay.
It's supposed to be hitting the stores anytime.
All right. So
on.
luckily, it sounds like it'll be just there before the Michigan Deer opener.
Yeah, hoping so.
Or
I
anybody
was
that-
looking for them, but they weren't in yet.
Anybody else that's opening October 1st, sounds like it'll be in the Cabela soon.
Hopefully. But,
That'll be awesome.
But I got something new in my hands this week. It actually came in Friday. Speaking of binoculars, I've had these for 4 seasons now. Vortex Viper 10x42s with HD glass, and absolutely love these. But I've had the opportunity to be able to step up and get into the Razor series. Want something that's going to be even a little better at light gathering capability at first and last light. And these are the Razor 10x42s that I
Right.
just picked up. So you and I, we're talking about this right before the show. When you feel them, it's like, this might be a little heavier. But we checked the weights on them, the specs on them. The Razors are actually only 0.2 ounces heavier.
Right, exactly. And that so we started monkeying with it a little bit, and we kind of figured out because of the better glass
Mm-hmm.
and the weight distribution of that better glass.
They seem to be front loaded.
Yes.
So the heavier glass, the glass being heavier or better glass being up in the front makes them feel just
Right.
a touch heavier, But I tell you what, every time I look through them at the store, and now that I got a pair, they're just simply phenomenal. It's like a kid in a candy store, man. I cannot wait to get in the field with those.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, that's my new toy. And
Good.
I got a couple Vortex
You got a rifle scope or two.
rifle scopes. Yeah, I got a Crossfire for my 1022 that I won at the banquet last year.
Oh, the benefit for kids.
Yep. So I got an illuminated crosshair rifle scope for that gun, and my daughter's 270 that we got her last year, the Browning.
Right.
I bought a 4x12, 44 millimeter optic for that
So you went
Diamondback
4x12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something that's that 4 power. It's still something in front of you pretty close. You're still gonna be able to see it.
Yeah, you don't
You
get
know.
all fur.
Yeah, you don't just see a big fur spot. So yeah, that's what I went with, 4x12.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll see how that does for her. But yeah, so I got some new Vortex stuff in the building,
Excellent.
in
Excellent.
the cabin, so to speak.
That's sweet. Gotta like that.
But yeah, man, the stores it was dead.
I think a combination. Everybody's trying to finish up their fall stuff. Well, I'm assuming probably the cider mills were probably a big hit on Saturday.
Probably were. Yeah.
You
Yeah, you're
know.
gonna start seeing corn mazes and all that kind of stuff. All that October stuff
All
starting to
that,
pop.
yep, exactly. And it was just beautiful to go into a store. That was one thing at Woods and Water. Everybody had their dogs, walking their dogs, just out generally, just outside.
Right.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Good to see.
that was the thing I enjoyed, just driving down, back and forth with the window down.
Right.
Even
Won't be
though I was
doing
on
that in
the
3 months.
Right, even though I was on the freeway driving, but it was nice having that cool breeze blowing. getting up in the mornings. I've worked some odd shifts this week and been up early and got out. And yeah, this cool weather, man, it's really got me itching right now to start shooting more archery, get on my bike more. Now that I've got some of the stuff from work, our summer events over with.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done now. And now I've got 3 weeks to shine and get ready for archery season. My first trip in the woods will probably be, the first falls on a Sunday.
Yes.
So it'll be that following weekend before I get up.
We'll be okay. Yep, and then
Yeah.
the following weekend I'm out.
So you're shooting an archery tournament this week?
No, this week. 2 weeks we're shooting the archery tournament.
Well, you and I are. Aren't you doing an archery shoot this week?
Oh, I might be. Oh, yes, I might be doing a 3D shoot come Wednesday.
Okay, so
Wednesday
you got an archery shoot coming up, and then not this weekend, but the following weekend, you and I are doing one with some other co-op leadership habitat type stuff.
Yep.
They're putting on an event that we're going to be at as well.
And then the weekend after that, which will be the last weekend in September, puts us at Cabela's on Saturday.
Yeah, Chesterfield.
Yep, absolutely. So if you're planning to be out and about, come on down to Chesterfield. Come and join us. We'll be there talking bows and scouting cameras and whatever else we can get our.
Speaking of cameras, before we go, I ran into a problem, and I've got to get some. And I looked for them this weekend. I couldn't find them. Pick and stick. I need some pick and stick stands.
Oh, yeah.
To put cameras on, because there's about 4 places I wanted to put a camera, and it was near the food plots.
You got no trees by the food plots.
And well, by the places I wanted them, there was no food plots. I was cruising, getting ready to cut in a shooting lane on a tree. I had my little pole saw with me, and I got it in the Jeep, and I'd already hung stands. And I'm cruising back to this stand on the 2-track, and as I'm boogieing along, there's something that catches your eye, and you're just like, what was that? Hit the brakes, kind of look, and back up nice and slow, and I see this buck in the field. And I'm like, hey, it looks pretty decent. So I pull the glasses up, and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I can see the side of his head. He was sideways. So he might be a 2.5-year-old, but I can see 3 antlers, And I'm like, okay, so he's probably mainframe 6. All of a sudden, he turned and started to walk away from me. He wasn't alarmed, and he didn't even know I was there. He was just doing his thing. And, he kind of feed through, and all of a sudden he lifted that head up just at the edge of the ears.
Okay.
Just at the edge.
So it was like that?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yep. And he was probably taller than this buck. He was taller than either one of these bucks. But I'm watching him, and I'm like, yeah, he's probably 1.5 years, maybe 2.5-year-old buck. He's still in velvet. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's that behind him? And I'm looking, and all of a sudden I seen the head pop up, and then I seen the outline of the body, and he was another 50 to 75 yards behind him.
Okay.
He was a bigger deer.
Really?
And I'm like, okay, he's 3.5-year-old buck. Problem was, he was 12, 14 inches tall.
Right.
Problem was, he was a fork horn.
That's wild.
I was blown away. I was just like, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I kept looking. I'm like, there's nothing, and he turned sideways, and he looked straight. He's a fork horn. But he's unrealistically tall.
Oddball.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Going back to the meeting we had Saturday, talking about nutrition, talking about
nutrition and genetics.
Yeah, maybe not so much genetics. I think it's just nutrition. We just don't have, that area up there. There's just not a lot left on the ground.
Right. In that area, Are you allowed to make mineral licks?
No.
Okay.
We talk a lot about, is a mineral lick, is that baiting? No, you can't put any supplement. Anything you can put their nose in.
You can't.
It's that once, even like putting out a scent wick, or doe urine. If you hang it like in the bottles used to have the wicks on.
Yeah.
In a tree, you'd have to hang them up so high the deer couldn't get into them. Technically, because if the deer can stick his nose in it or lick it, stick or lick, it's illegal.
Really?
That's what we've been told. So, it's
the
no baiting zone.
Right, it's no baiting.
And they consider that bait.
Right.
Even though it's an attractant.
It's an attractant where you're using minerals to get into their bodies to promote better health.
Right. So.
All right.
But, yeah, it's, but I looked at him, and I was like, man, he had a big body.
Big body, just a 4-point.
Yeah, and that's like, what do you, you don't want to shoot him. You want to see what he's got potential of, but you just wonder how big is he really going to get.
It'd be interesting now that you've seen him. You hope you see him this year. Hope he doesn't this year. I'd like to know what he comes out next year.
Right.
Matter of fact, speaking of that, yours were still in velvet, right?
Yes.
The bucks in my backyard, out of the 5, all but 4 have shed their velvet.
Okay.
1, and he's kind of a goofy little rack. 3 or 4, 3 maybe. But his velvet is really tight, but it hasn't come off yet.
Okay.
And I find that odd. They were all losing at the same time.
So it looks like it's dried, but he hasn't scraped it off yet.
And I took pictures of them. They let me walk out there to them and take pictures of them. I posted some. Took video. But yeah, this guy's just not losing his velvet.
Interesting.
So we'll have to see what we can do to get you some sticking picks.
Yeah. I need to get some of them out in the field just so I can put them where I want. Because I know where they entered. I kind of think I know where they entered and exited that field. And that was one of them fields that we had the rye / mammoth red clover plant.
Oh, yeah.
The rye we never cut and mowed, and it looks nasty, but man, the clover's this deep below it.
So they just worked their way through it.
And now they're using it for bedding as well.
Right.
So it's he was just out there chilling, hanging, and I thought, man, I need a couple cameras on that field, but there's no trees around it.
Right.
So
all right, cool.
But Andy asked you, where's the archery shoot Wednesday?
Huron Point.
There you go. You're on point.
I do believe, yes.
All right. I said we were going to mention something this week, and I might get on my soapbox. We're running out of time.
We can always have a soapbox next week.
We can have a soapbox next week.
Because we won't forget it.
Man, there's just something that's just been bugging me.
I know.
It's been irritating.
It's been building.
Well, it's dividing hunting people into sides.
Right.
And I don't like it. I just don't like it. So.
You know what? Let's save it till next week.
All right. Yeah, because if we don't, we're going to do another hour.
Right.
So, all right, folks. We're gonna sign off here on the podcast. That'll do it for us this week. We'll be at Cabela's here this weekend, and then 2 weekends after that. So make sure you stop down. If there's anything from Vortex that you'd like to take a look at, come see me. We'll be down there for Cabela's as pro staffers on the 30th. Working in the store, probably back in the archery section, I imagine.
I would think so.
So you'll be down there this weekend or no?
No. If I am, it's a social visit.
Social visit. Well, you can come down and have lunch with me.
Oh, there you go.
So you can buy me lunch. All right, that'll do it for us this week. As we always say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe. And for those of y'all on the live stream, got any questions? Throw them out quick here.
Yeah, throw them out.
So appreciate
Yeah,
everybody
Huron
being
Point, Andy.
Huron Point. Where's that at?
That's at. That's where the old benefit for kids used to be at.
The camp out deal?
Remember the
summer camp out?
The winter banquet used to be at Huron Point Club.
Is that like?
No, it's it's north of the Chesterfield store. North,
okay.
East.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead and sign us off, man.
I will. Woo, 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 woo.
Y'all take care out there.